Swords and Bones recently released on Nintendo Switch, and it's quite the fun medieval platformer that harkens back to the 16-bit era. When I first came across it on the eShop, I thought it'd be more of a Ghosts N Goblins type clone based upon the looks of it. However, it actually takes its own unique twist and provides players with a different and more simple experience to work through. So today, let's break down Swords and Bones and see if it's worth the $8 price tag on the Switch. Before we dive too far into that, welcome to the Ogles channel. Thanks for watching today. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button down below. If you're latest in gaming news, reviews, content, retro stuff, games that seem like retro things like Swords and Bones, and things along the lines of that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Swords and Bones. And is it worth your $8 on the eShop? Swords and Bones starts off a fairly lengthy story that's kept up as the game progresses, but it boils down to trying to take down the wolf demon who tries to overrun the world every half millennia or so. And of course, you are the only person who can save the kingdom of Vestus, and naturally, the world. And you will meet an interesting host of characters along your journey. The game is broken down into 5 worlds with 10 levels in each world, and you have to progress in the order that the game sets, and each of the 10 levels is a single screen mission. You slash and jump your way to the end of the screen to advance. The enemies are actually more varied than I expected, with slimes and birds and gargoyles and demons and these worm thingies, and way more. And all the animations are pretty entertaining. I also can't help but think that the guy here is based on the Green Goblin and Spider-Man. I mean, look at him. Also along the way you will find chests opened by slashing them, keys to open locked chests, and 1 trophy in each level. You don't have to collect everything along the way, however the money can be saved up to purchase upgrades, and collecting all the trophies does allow for a secret ending. And while the secret ending trophy is probably for the more dedicated players, the money that you collect is necessary because it allows you to unlock spells, a double jump, extra hearts, extra mana, and of course more things. I like a game where it feels like your collecting actually means something, and this game is fulfilling in that aspect. At the close of every level is a boss fight, and where none are super challenging, some can be cheesed with literally no effort. I mean, look at this dragon fight here. I just stand in one spot the whole fight. Regardless though, the bosses are still fun to meet, hear the dialogue, and see what unique battle mechanics they actually have. My favorite was probably the Minotaur, but each one is different enough and well designed enough that you look forward to seeing what they have to offer. While this game is a lot of fun, there are some flaws with it as well. First off, some of the enemy movements or animations are off a little bit. Like the worm I mentioned earlier, he just keeps marching off the edge and just keeps crawling across the air. I mean, that is a special worm. Pause for a second, editing mistake. The worms that are journeying across the screen right here, that has actually been fixed in the latest patch, and I wanted to clarify that before the video went live. So props to the developers for actually updating the game and making it better. Or how these spikes just sort of slow me down like jello instead of killing me every time. I mean, sometimes they kill me, but sometimes I just take a nice little sludge through it on my way to the next jump. Just little things like this could use a little bit more polish. I also wish you could choose which world you wanted to access, sort of like in the Mega Man games or DuckTales. I mean, there's no reason to go in the order that they put forth, and it would add more variety and choice into the game. Swords and Bones is a great deal of fun and is nowhere near as hard as I thought it was going to be. The replay value is there for a few run-throughs to collect everything and to unlock the secret ending and all the spells, and even after all that is done, it can still be fun to load up just a speed run through the levels. It's a quick little fun game. The price tag is $8, and that's probably about right for a game of this size and length. More in-depth games like Blasphemous or Ghosts N Goblins Resurrected go for far more than double this one, so $8 makes sense for this style of game. Personally, I'd recommend it for $8, but if it goes on sale, then definitely pick it up for whatever sale price it goes on to, and you'll get several hours of retro fun out of it. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, go out there, find a great game to play, and just simply have a great rest of the day.